Hey guys, welcome back to episode 4 of the build reviews. Today we have this beautiful pier built by CapnMatt. We hope you enjoy it. Welcome aboard, Captain. Could you introduce yourself? How long you've been building? What sort of things do you build? And what was the inspiration for this specific build?
So my name is CapnMatt. I just go by Captain, but I've been building for about 8 years now. I did start off building mostly boats, but now I'm building more of like anything, mostly buildings and like houses. And the inspiration for this pier was the Santa Monica Pier in California. That's what I use for most of my references. Most of the different little kiosks and like banner shops, that's where I got the idea from. Especially the Ferris wheel and its placement. That was like very like heavily inspired by that.
Okay, time for some build specific questions. How long did this take you? What was the easiest part to do, and what was the hardest?
This took around, I would say, 2 months on and off to build. And yes, the shop signs, they took the longest. I didn't have a lot of experience, but I knew when I started this project, I wanted to use banner signs to make a lot of the, I guess, detail, because I knew that I could have a lot of creativity and different effects if I utilized them properly. My favorite part to build was probably the Ferris wheel, just because it's so recognizable and it's just such a centerpiece in the entire thing, and I think it ties it all together. And I think the most difficult thing to build was the roller coaster, because it has to circle the entire pier, and all the supports have to be specifically placed and like angled so they don't obstruct anything else, and they have to intersect the track and they have to look good at the same time. So I think that just took the most planning ahead of time and the most trial and error.
And following on from that, I saw some of the buildings have parts of interiors made. So is this still a work in progress, or do you just not do interiors?
I did not do full interiors on this one project, and I think that was because of the time limit that I had. But I would like to do more interiors on future projects.
Great. Lastly, do you have any general tips for building?
I think general tips for building, I would say use reference photos of like just try to build different things in your everyday life. Like if you have a building that you pass on the way to work every day, then I would just try to replicate buildings that you see, that you can visualize in your head, and just, I guess, practice. Like you also want to develop your own building style. So that just comes from experience and practice. But I'd say reference photos and comparing your work. Like people say don't compare, but like you kind of have to if you want to get better. So just kind of take tips from other builders and just use a lot of reference photos.
All right, good stuff. Thank you for joining us, Captain.
All right, no problem. Thank you for having me.
That concludes today's video. We'll have some ModernCraft tours and project updates in the future. Bye.